Rain is a weak, ugly loser who got kicked out of the hero's party for being useless. He finds it hard to accept that he was expelled for his lack of utility. But things take a turn when he begins to tame beast girls, who can grant him the power to defeat even the strongest creatures. However, before this transformation, Rain is just a lowly servant in the hero's party. Things for him were just okay. Until one day, another boy named Oreo told Rain that he had been fired from the party. This shocking news surprised Rain. At first, he thought the guys were just messing with him. He asked for the reason, and in response, Lean said harshly that it was because he was a piece of shit and useless, and didn't know how to hold them together. Emotional damage. Immediately, other members started mocking him, and when tried to talk, Oreos told him he shouldn't, as it would be pathetic. Rain left the party and returned the gear. Since he had no choice, after a while, he began thinking about what to do in the city horizon. While he was pondering, some children approached him and asked if he completed the job with the hero's party. They then asked him to do the usual thing, and Rain happily accepted. Rain saw an eagle flying, and in no time, he made a temporary contract with it. He ordered the eagle to say hello to the children, which delighted them, and he decided to let the eagle go. After the eagle left, the children told Rain that rather become beast tamers like him than heroes. This was because Rain always played with them and wasn't a wannabe main character or as cocky as the other party members. This reminded him of the annoying reactions people had when he talked about the hero party. He decided to become an adventurer. After a while, he went to the Adventurers Guild and registered as an adventurer. He asked the guild receptionist, Natalie Bra, about the adventurers system. She provided him with the necessary information and inquired about his class. Upon hearing Beast Tamer S's class, she looked anxious, knowing he would always get his ass cooked since that was the lowest rank. This reminded Rain of what Lean had said, but he reassured Natalie that he'd be okay. His registration test was to kill 10 goblins. Using a squirrel, he tracked the goblins and attacked them. After defeating them and collecting the magic stones, he heard a scream. He found a baddie from the cat tribe, said to be an endangered species, cornered by a killer tiger. He tried to attack it with his knife, but the blade broke against its tough skin. As the tiger advanced on him, the girl intervened, using her exceptional speed to attack the tiger. After the confrontation, the girl introduced herself as Kananta. As they conversed, Rain mentioned his banishment, which angered Kanata. Rain was glad someone was on his side, and he patted her head, to which she responded with joy. Kanata then asked Rain to tame her. I mean, it's alright, like initially uncertain. He decided to try, and it was successful. In the guild's cafeteria, Rain invited his friend Kanavi to join him on a quest. Moreover, a man's interest in Kanavi, a cat spirit, led to a bizarre arm wrestling contest, where Rain surprisingly emerged victorious. Guild receptionist Natalie intervened, apologizing for the man's behavior, and a strange comment about how Rain tamed Canada left both uneasy. Curious about his newfound strength, Rain learned that his contract with Kanande amplified his abilities, making him as strong as her. Excited for their next quest, Kanada's hopes were dashed when they were assigned to gather herbs due to Rain's low-ass rank. However, screams in the distance led them to an surrounded old man by the notorious bandit, the Iban Fangs. Despite Kanada's reservations, Rain decided to show off his ripped muscles to the bandits. They ambushed the Iban Fangs, with Rain taking on the bandits, while Kanada checked on the old man. Kanada was concerned about Rain's newfound power, but was impressed by his combat skills. After the bandits were defeated, the grateful old man explained that a group of adventurers had abandoned him. Rain decided to take on the remaining Iban Fangs, and Kanade reluctantly agreed. On their way to the bandits' hideout, Rain contracted animals to scout ahead. He revealed his plan to paralyze the bandits with the help of an Orbi. Kanade was surprised by his ability to tame insects, a skill he had learned in his home village. Kanate left to fetch reinforcements, the Order of Knights, while Rain formed temporary contracts with Arbis. Meanwhile, two adventurers, Mina and Lean, lamented their misfortune compared to their former comrades, Orias and Agath, who had aligned themselves with the ability. Back at the hideout, Rain's Orbis incapacitated the remaining Iban Fangs members. Canada returned with reinforcements, but the Knights of Order decided to act like a bunch of pussies and chicken out, deeming the situation beneath them. Suddenly, Berserk King Lizards attacked, and Rain and Canada teamed up to defeat them. Their efforts allowed the other adventurers to rescue the paralyzed bandits. Rain and Kanada exited the hideout with valuable magical stones from the king lizards. Their fellow adventurers praised their accomplishment, and Rain appreciated the recognition, especially after being dismissed from Orius's party for being useless. Kinnaid was happy that they had a fluffy bed, making it comfortable for them to sleep together in the same room. Although Kinnaid was elated about having actual beds to sleep on, Rain saw it as insane and a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to share a room with a hot girl. I'm gonna come. Oh. Thanks to the innkeeper, this happened because only one room was left. Rain's narration explained after how, they had turned in the bounty on the Ebony Fangs, they were recalled to the adventurer's kill. There, Natalie informed Rain that he had been promoted from F rank to E rank, and they were given a sizable reward for their efforts. With their rewards, they purchased new equipment, celebrated by having a fancy dinner together, and finally ended up in their current predicament. Despite his virgin thoughts, Rain agreed to share the room with Kananda for the night, and the two went to sleep. But as Rain slept, she contemplated how fortunate she was to have been found by Rain. A week passed since Rain first met Kanada, and in Rain's inner monologue, he explained his enjoyment of the laid-back, adventuring lifestyle he and Kanada had been living thus far. From the Adventurers Guild, they learned from Natalie that a hooligan had taken refuge at Stride Bridge and picked fights with anyone who tried to cross the bridge. Enticed by the gold reward, Rain accepted the quest and immediately headed to the bridge with Kanada. Shortly after they arrived, a red dragon flew overhead, landed close to the two, transformed into a female humanoid, and proclaimed its desire to fight them. Surprised that the red dragon was really a hot woman, Rain asked if she was the noted guard dog of the bridge, which she confirmed and introduced herself as Tanya, a dragonoid. Apparently, Tanya was using the bridge as a training ground, and Conadette explained to Rain that it was a form of pilgrimage for dragonoids, which Tanya confirmed. Tanya then openly challenged the two to a match, and both Rain and Kanada agreed to the challenge. The battle started with Tanya throwing a punch at Rain, which made him almost lose his role as a main character. Impressed by this feat, Tanya then breathed fire at the two, setting Kanada's tail on fire. Because of this, Kanade fought against Tanya, and Rain watched in amazement at how Kanade could fight against Tanya on equal footing. To help Kanada, Rain tried to attack Tanya, but she caught Rain as he soared in the air, grabbed Kanada, and threw them into the air while preparing to breathe fire at them again. However, managed to dodge the attack by working together, earning Tanya's praise. Noting the difficulty facing off against Tanya and how he needed to fight like a peace tamer, Rain asked Kanada to buy him minutes to prepare. Without hesitation, Kanada agreed to help and faced off against Tanya as Rain formed a temporary contract with a bird and asked it to call for reinforcements. After this, Rain took over, and with the birds he contracted, they attacked Tanya, who became immobilized after they attacked her. Rain then revealed that the birds were called Pato, and the plumage was poisonous. Tanya surrendered and capable of fighting further, and Rain asked her to come with them. Questioning what would happen if she refused, Rain answered that he didn't know, but commented on what affix he would be in if Tanya didn't comply. Amused by the response, Kanada poked Tanya into submission, making her agree to the demand. Afterward, Rain and Kanade reported back to Natalie at the Adventurers Guild, and before Tanya could introduce herself, Rain stomped her and abruptly left the guild in a hurry. Outside, Tanya attention to herself, and both Rain and Kananda stopped her from revealing she was a dragonoid. On the outskirts of town, Tanya was disciplined by Rain, who allowed her to leave but admonished her from starting any trouble again. After this, however, Tanya, who had started crushing on Rain, suggested Tamer as well, to which he begrudgingly agreed and formed a contract with her. That night in town, Oreos complained about his team's wasted efforts in the Lost Woods they spent trying to fight against monsters, with Lean and the others complaining that Rain's old tasks were a burden on the group. Oreos decided to recruit Rain back into the group, only to dump him again after they completed it. Meanwhile, as Rain slept on the floor, Kanade and Tanya argued about which bed the others slept on, as one of the beds had a view of Rain as he slept. In a narration, Rain explained about slimes, and his team was tasked with subjugating the monsters. This unsettled Kanade, due to their stickiness whenever they were defeated. Tanya then boasted that she could defeat them all, for her earning Kanada's praise. Standing by, Rain noted how happy he was about how the two were getting along. Time passed, and the group couldn't locate a swarm of slimes. Hence, Rain used one of his taming abilities on a bird, called Assimilate, to merge his soul and control the bird to search for slimes in the area. This feat astonished both Tanya and Kanata. After their outburst, Rain flew off to search for slimes as the two watched over his body. Eventually, Rain located the swarm of slimes, and before they began the job, Tanya asked Rain if he could use any magical spells. Rain answered that he could use Fireball and heal. Under Tanya's suggestion, he cast Fireball against the slimes, eliminating every last one. The outcome astounded Rain and Kanata.